All right, Kirk, can you just talk us through tonight's game? Looked like this is a struggle to get runs across there with runners on.
Yeah, I think that was the big thing. We still haven't really played in terms of like a too hard. We've had some different guys in the lineup, but ultimately just haven't really come through with the big hit. We had a couple different opportunities to manufacture some runs, score some runs. That third baseman made a heck of a play on that bunt, but I thought you look at Mason Brassfield, Zach James, Noah, and then obviously Louis, but then Cade. You got 4 freshmen that threw the ball pretty well. And like I said, like I told them, we're learning our team, in terms of different guys in different situations and being able to figure out, how we're going to play the best offense, and then also put the pieces together from a pitching staff standpoint. We could have used Brassfield, some of these guys that threw tonight in the Sunday game, but obviously, it's a long season, and we started looking to who we were going to throw today. And I thought Mason set the tone early, did an awesome job.
Coach, Franco on the mound today, first time this season.
Yeah.
What'd you think about him?
Well, he's over there. I told him he raised my blood pressure a little bit, but the fun part he went to the slider. He went to the slider when he needed to. I think the biggest pitch of the inning was the 3-2 slider that he threw to get the strikeout. And a couple balls got away from him, but one ball, kind of a seeing eye single. The inning could have got away from him, and I thought he did an awesome job of just kept on coming. And at the very end, he really found the feel for the slider, and that's, I think, what got him through the inning was the ability to throw his secondary pitches for strikes, which allowed his fastball to be better. But we've waited this long. A little hiccup in terms of his health a little bit in January. So he's hitting in the 4-hole. So we obviously wanted him to kind of come along slowly on the mound, and great opportunity tonight, and pretty fun to watch a guy go out there and punch out, I think, the side to get out of a bases loaded sticky situation. So kudos to him in terms of how he handled. It looked like just another normal day for him. I thought he handled it great.
You talked about
Eagles Rodriguez, you guys had 2 scoreless innings, kind of rebounded from the weekend. Yep. Tell me how encouraging it was to see that.
Yeah, I think Louis was pretty hard on himself in terms of when he came in against Arkansas. In terms of the first pitch, he didn't throw the slider the way he wanted to. He's a huge piece for our pitching staff, and so to get him back out there, we knew we were going to use him tonight, and he kind of just business as usual and executed a lot of good pitches, and I think he bridged it. He got 2 quick innings and kind of got us back in the dugout, and then allowed us to go to Cade.
Just to round out pitcher talk here, you've gone to Cade Udy in the 9th a couple times already this year. I think you picked up save number 3 tonight. It's 2 or 3.
Yep.
And just what in the offseason led you to kind of identify him as one of your late innings closer type guys?
Well, the funny thing is we didn't really identify him until I think maybe the second to last weekend before the season started, where all of a sudden, he came out of the bullpen throwing that slider and commanding his fastball, and then we kind of started stretching him out. And then we just liked in terms of the poise and the presence and not really being, it's like he doesn't know what he doesn't know. We throw him in there and he's just kind of like this. Okay, sure. And that's fun to watch somebody with youth like that be able to come in and not really, for the most part, phased by a situation. And we have a ton of faith in him, as you've seen this year, bringing him in some difficult situations, and he just executes pitches. So, really fun to have him down there.
A little bit of injury talk. Mm-hmm. Jack Bell kind of pulled up late there.
Yeah, a little hamstring.
And then Cole Klecker, how's he progressing as well?
Yeah, Kleck threw a bullpen on Saturday at Globe Life. I thought he looked extremely well. He's a little bit of soreness. I had told him he's itching. He wants to pitch this weekend. We probably won't throw him this weekend. I'm going to have him, a couple more bullpens, some live hitters, and I'm looking for that 4th weekend of the year. So he's progressing well. Jack Bell a little disappointed just because he got in the lineup, had a pretty decent game, and then all of a sudden kind of just that hammy that jump up and bit him a little bit. So we'll see how he is tomorrow. Yeah.
Southern Miss, 43 games last year, obviously regional team. You said you were excited about playing them this year.
I've never, as a player or a coach, ever played against them. I have a lot of respect for Coach Ostrander in terms of what he's built over there. He was an assistant coach. for a long time there, and now he's taken over the reins, and they haven't skipped a beat. So I think they probably won again tonight. They're probably 7-1. So they can really pitch. They're old, they're physical, and we're gonna have our hands full this weekend. We gotta come and play good baseball. But ultimately, doesn't really matter so much about who we're playing. It's like we're trying to figure out who we are and what our identity is. And but it's gonna be a great test. I think it's they're gonna host a regional again. I can guarantee that. And they're gonna have a chance to go to Omaha again. So for people that don't know about USM, I'd encourage them to come out. It's gonna be great weather, and it's gonna be a top 25 ball club in our backyard at Lupton. So hopefully everybody comes out and enjoys some sunshine.
TCU's always been aggressive on the bases. You've run into quite a few outs so far this year, though. Is that youth on the bases kind of learning? Is it maybe being overly aggressive early on?
Well, there was 2 instances the other night where there was a ball in dirt and we got thrown out on a really good play, and then there was another one that it was a ball in dirt that the catcher made a great scoop on. And we're always going to be aggressive, and I think a lot of times when you kind of look at those things, they look pretty bad to the eye, but everybody forgets the 472 times when we read a ball in dirt and get to second base, and then you get a base hit and it's a run. So sometimes it looks bad in the moment, but if you look at the whole season, the aggressiveness in terms of the ball in the dirt, we practice it every single day. And it's as soon as it's like when you get your hand burnt a little bit when you put your hand on the stove, and all of a sudden you don't want to get that feeling again. And we just encourage our guys to continue to be aggressive, be smart. Today's inside turn on Cole was tough just because they had given him some space. He was trying to take advantage of it, and they did a good job at the right time when he was running. So, I think the proof is in the pudding with Mo in terms of how he coaches offense and how he coaches base running, and that's something that we'll always be aggressive with. And sometimes it doesn't look great, and I understand it. I get it. I would love for us never to get thrown out on the bases, but we also, a high percentage of times take that extra base, and that's the difference between winning and losing games a lot of times. And sometimes it bites you right in the rear end, and you just kind of got to swallow it and make sure that we're making the right reads.
Strauss Snyder delivered the lead Friday against Michigan, delivered the lead tonight. What have you seen from him development-wise at the plate?
Well, I think he's starting to slow it down a little bit. He's, the big thing for him is to swing at the strikes and take the balls. I think when he wasn't, doing well offensively, there was a lot of swing and miss in terms of the ball out of the strike zone. And I think, in my opinion, where that comes from is just trying to do a little too much and not letting the game come to him. I think he's starting to slow down. I think everyone's going to start seeing, the Stroh that was absolutely destroying our pitching all of fall and early spring here. So, I think the big thing for him is it's easier said than done when you tell a freshman, hey, slow down, take a breath, swing at strikes, take the balls. But it's really difficult to stand in that box and do that sometimes. And the biggest thing is getting reps. And, we have the utmost faith in him, and he's going to be a superstar. And it's just a matter of him continue to go out there and grind through it. And you're starting to see a little bit of that, I think.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, Noah, just talk us through tonight's performance. You get on base a couple times. You obviously first time on the mound, worked your way out of a little jam there. Just talk about the game tonight, your performance.
Basically, we knew we dropped 2 down in Global Life, so we came out hunting for this one. We knew that we just had to scratch runs however we could because we were struggling for the past 2 games to produce. And this one, we knew anytime we would get on, those runs would be crucial. And coming back to Lupton, now a lot of teams know about the wind here, so we were able to scratch a couple runs just from that. But overall, I feel like we played well. We got more hits than we have in the past 2 games, so started stringing that through. Hopefully, it comes through for the weekend. And then the arms. Brassfield had a really good 3 innings that he was out there. James battled his 1 inning. I finally got the opportunity to throw. I battled through mine. And then Louie, and then, of course, Cade Udy came in, closed the game.
Just talk about the slider. That was obviously kind of your go-to pitch there tonight.
Yeah.
How much confidence do you have in that?
Personally, I feel like that would be my go-to. That's my bread and butter, other than my fastball. Today, fastball, it was jumping, but it was coming just a little up. So I knew that slider is my reset pitch, and me and Los have all that confidence in that pitch just to throw whenever.
You talked about some of the other freshmen on this, on the team, and a bunch of you guys are already contributing early. Are you guys, did you guys kind of already come in with that mindset whenever y'all got here in the fall?
We came with the mindset knowing that you're going to battle someone for their position. For example, for a pitcher, you're battling against 22 other guys, and one person could be on the mound at a time. It's a little different defensively when there's 9 guys, but we all came in with the same mindset. But for those people that aren't playing, they're still being really good, hell of a teammate in the dugout or in the bullpen. That's what we're here for.
You talked about the wind that left, and we saw that one fly ball fall. How much of an advantage does that give you guys having practice here, just to understand how crazy the wind can get?
It gives us a pretty good advantage with a home court, but whenever you play other places, those are when those practice days, that day before, or even the BP is really big come game time, because you won't have a time to really redo it. It's that plays that one and done, so you got to come in prepared.
No, you showed a lot of emotion coming off the mound after the final strikeout. Just how did that build a lot of confidence for you right there?
When I pitch, I'm a really big emotional guy. I like bringing energy. So whenever I get out there, you'll see a lot of those. But no, I knew that once I put the team in the jam, had to do whatever I could just to help each other out. And once we got out of there, we started scoring, scratching more runs, bring up the juice a little bit.
Right. Oh, go ahead.
Some of the veterans on the team, who have you turned to kind of, just whenever you have questions about the game, or who's been your go-to so far?
To be honest, all of them, playing or not. But offensively, it's been like the core with Kramer, with even him being a transfer, just him having so much knowledge of playing college baseball, from transferring from JUCO to Washington State, plays a big role. And then, of course, Silva and Sam Myers of Brunson, with having to play at TCU, having their knowledge of playing here at Lupton, for some, going to Omaha, how it is in the postseason, and then just how to do it day by day whenever you're struggling.
Southern Miss coming up. Obviously, it's a ranked-on-ranked matchup. How excited are you to play a team of that caliber over the weekend here at Lupton?
I mean, when you're a college baseball fan, you're really familiar with those type of names, so it's going to be really exciting just to see them on the other side of the diamond. But at the end of the day, it's a war. It's our squad versus their squad. So we're going to come out ready for the 3 days and do whatever we can to prepare.
All right, you got the game started off in the bottom of the first there with a nice little triple. Just talk us through that at bat, and when did you think you were going to get to third on that play?
I kind of saw the ball was dropping. They don't know how to really play our wind all that great, and it's a tough place to play at. And, Coach Mel was looking at him, and he was sending me, and I thought I got a good jump on it out of the box, so I was ready to get to third.
How much pride do you take in just being at the top of the order and being that guy that kind of sets the tone for the team?
It's all about getting on base for the guys behind me and finding a way for our group and our team to really scratch runs and get on base and steal and find a way.
You and Preston Gamster platooning, at third base. What are you and him talking to each other about whenever you want to use playing the other one's not?
I mean, it doesn't really matter who's playing or not. Whoever goes out there is going to compete, and we're gonna find a way to win with that. Whoever's out there, it doesn't matter.
You just kind of have a knack of getting on base any way you can. Kind of, what's your approach to play? Is it just get on base, or is it hit the ball hard? Something specific?
We work on it a lot with Coach Mo, and taking pitches, commanding the zone, and we've done a really good, decent job at that as a team, and we're still trying to figure it out, but hopefully we can get it going.
There's so many new faces on this squad this year. How much of these early season bumps have just been kind of figuring it out together versus something that you're really concerned about?
Gotcha. Yeah. I think it's just us competing right now, and we're competing our butts off, but some things just aren't going our way, and we're gonna get it going. That's swinging it a little bit better, playing a little bit better defense, and throwing it a little bit better.
First time playing at Lupton Stadium. Just give me your thoughts on that.
Awesome atmosphere. It was awesome to play at. Yeah. Coming from SFA, really not many fans at games and stuff, but no, it was awesome. Walkout songs, everybody. It was fun to play at. Really fun.
Just talk about the freshman arms that threw tonight. 4 of them out there. You got Mason starting things off and Cade closing it down. Just talk about those guys.
They're dogs. They're dogs. I came here in the summer with them, and I could tell from day one that they were different. And we put them out there in big time situations, and we have all the confidence in the world with them as a team. And it's awesome to watch them compete.
1-2 on the weekend in Globe Life, and they responded with a 1-9. What was the message in the locker room going into the game tonight?
I think it was just keep playing. Just keep playing. It's going to come. It's going to come. Just keep playing, and we're going to get it going, and we will.
Excited for the first weekend at Lupton.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. Southern Miss is a good ball club, and I think we're ready to compete and give it our best against them.